Hello, this is Liz here with Stampin' on the Rock. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to share with you a beachy scene. I'm going to be using the stamps. I'm not going to show you the card ahead of time, but stay with me. I'm going to use this stamp set, Season of Chic, and really all I'm using from the stamp set is the word thanks. But this set is nice because it has summer, fall, winter, spring. I'll be using some of the dies from the coordinating die set, and the dies are called Chic dies. And I'm pulling out two of the seashell dies, or what I used. Let me show you these here. Okay, so these two dies. Let's see what else. I'm going to use watercolor paper. This is a pack of watercolor paper. It is in the annual catalog on page 140. Let's see what else I'll be using. I'll be using Memento ink pad. We'll be using 3 different watercolor pencils. I have Bermuda Bay, Pacific Point, and Night of Navy. And then a water painter. The water painters are in the annual catalog, and they are in a set of 3, and they have 3 different size tips to them. This is the medium size, I believe. Okay, and there's water inside here. It just unscrews and you can fill it up with water, and there's just water inside of this cartridge. Let's see. Okay, the paper that I'll be using, I have Coastal Cabana. I have Bermuda Bay. Sorry, Bermuda. This is actually Coastal Cabana, though. This is Coastal Cabana, but the color I'm using here is Bermuda Bay. The Coastal Cabana is just a little bit lighter than Bermuda Bay. So this is Coastal Cabana cardstock. It's 8.5 by 11, cut in half. And then I have a piece of Pacific Point, and the Pacific Point is 4 inches by 5.25 inches. And then I have a piece of watercolor paper, and this watercolor paper is 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to grab the watercolor paper and my 3 different watercolor pencils. Will this work with regular watercolor or with regular colored pencils? It will not. The watercolor pencils help everything blend. I'm going to take a drink of water here, just a second, guys. Okay, so we're going to start with the lightest color. And like I said, we're going to go with a beachy theme. So I'm just coloring lightly across here. And then I'm going to use my next color. These are tools, so you use them how you would like to use them. If you have a different way you like to watercolor, go for it. This is the darkest color. Okay, so that's all I did so far, just a little bit of some scribbling. And I'm going to pull in the water pen. And on either side of it, it says push. So where it has push, you can push it to get some water to come out to the brush. And I'm going to start up here. And you'll see how it starts to blend. Okay, and you can go back up to the top, and it will just blend all the colors together. And there you go. So I've been asked before, can you do this on regular white cardstock? Can you? Sure. Again, these are your tools. You do them how you work with them and play around with them with what you would like. But I'm going to show you the difference. This just needs just a couple minutes to dry. But look at the difference. This is the watercolor paper, and this is just regular Whisper White paper. It ends up, look at, see how bended and folded it is. It's not, it's like kind of folded up on itself. It doesn't blend quite the same. There's kind of like these heavy water areas here, and you see a lot of pencil. It just doesn't look the same. It doesn't look as nice. So you can see the difference. So can you do it? Yes, you can. Is it the best result? Do it on just white paper? Not so much. I'm going to give a little bit more light here and see if this shows a little better. There you go. While this is drying on here, if you want, you can kind of turn it so that you get little different looks to it. Can you see that there? How it's kind of giving like a water spot, a water droplet on there. Okay, so that's with the watercolor pencil. So I'm just going to set that aside for a minute and let that dry. We'll go ahead here and I have a bone folder here. It's already been scored. So let's go ahead and attach the specific point. I'll put this on here. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm going to use the thanks stamp. I don't know if I had that out already or not. Let me see. Yep, I do. I have it out already. Okay, so I'm using the thanks stamps, and because it's a photopolymer, I'm going to use the Memento ink pad. That just works well. Okay, we're going to ink this well. The watercolor paper is thicker, so I just want to make sure I have plenty of ink on this. Straight down, make sure it gets all the way through those layers. I'll leave it set for a minute and pull that up. There we go. There's our thanks. And probably this would have been better if I let it dry just a little bit longer. Maybe let it dry maybe 5 minutes. I kind of did this quickly, but doing it quickly, you'll see how the top of the T and the H kind of bled a little bit because this isn't totally dry. So it'll probably be best for you just let it dry 5-10 minutes or so, and then stamp your words. But you got the idea, okay? I'll show you another one in a second. And then we're going to go ahead, and these, I cut these out. I put, it's just white cardstock, but I put adhesive sheets on the back of them so they'd be super easy to apply. Yeah, it feels pretty dry. All right. So the hardest part is, oh, see, it's not so bad. People tell me all the time, I need nails to do this. I need nails. Look right now, my nails, I have very little nails. They're not painted. I have very little nails. But as long as you have like even just a little nub, you can kind of pull that back and pull off that sticky part. I'm going to stick that down, and I have this little tiny one here, and again, just kind of pick at it and play, and that pulls up. And I really honestly just don't have much nails at the moment. We're going to put this over here. Okay, put some adhesive on the back. Snap, snap, snap. All right, and we'll take this and lay this down on here. Just a reminder that the current catalogs do end the end of April, beginning almost tomorrow, like immediately. They are really while supplies last, anything that's in there. So please, 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 if there's something in the mini catalog, the annual catalog that you really want that's been on your list, make sure to order that right away. And there you go. Look at that. All right. This is the one that I had from earlier that I let it dry a little bit longer because you remember you had that little blurring there. Here's this one where you don't have that blurring. Okay, so maybe just let it dry just a few more minutes than what I did for this one today. But there's your card. So again, just a reminder, the mini catalog and the annual catalog are both ending the end of April. So if there are things in there, make sure you get those before they're gone. Stay tuned if you want updates on what's selling out or what is changing. There is a color refresh coming, so there are new ink colors and cardstock colors coming and some that are leaving. And if you want to be kept up to date on that, shoot me a message, send me a comment below, or you can shoot me a message at stampitontherock.com and be added to my newsletter. I send out a newsletter once a week on Wednesdays, and that would keep you up to date on what's going on. And sometimes this time of the year, I might send one twice a week, just so that you're being kept up on what's selling out, what's still available, and what's on sale. So if you would like to be added to that list, shoot me a message at stampitontherock.com, and or you can send it right to my email at stampitontherock@gmail.com. At Gmail, right? stampitontherock@gmail.com. Yep, that would be the email. But either way, you can get a hold of me, and I'd be glad to keep you up to date on what's going on. That's it for now. Talk to you later. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.